Welcome to our presentation on multi-level troops. What is a multi-level troop? A multi-level troop is a troop with a combination of Girl Scouts of different grade levels. This happens because the leader has a daughter who is a Brownie and another who is a Daisy, or perhaps the community prefers to have one large troop, or any number of reasons. There are many different reasons that people become multi-level troops. There are a couple of different examples of multi-level troops: the majority-minority troop, the 50-50 troop, and the multi-level. We're going to go into some more detail on these in a minute. The majority-minority troop, for example, is a troop of 18 Brownies that has 2 Daisies who are younger sisters of the Brownies. In this case, the troop will focus most of their energy and attention on Brownie-level activities, but make small modifications to ensure activities are fun for Daisies too, and help them earn their petals. This is a troop in which the majority of the girls are one age level. The 50-50 troop, or 2-grade troop, is a truly mixed troop of 2 age levels that are side by side. This troop might have 8 Brownies and 10 Juniors. Another variety of this is the 2-grade troop, which on year 1 has kindergartners and first graders, all Daisies, but in year 2 has first graders and second graders, Daisies and Brownies, so by year 3 has second and third graders, all Brownies. In this case, the troop will ensure that activities are age appropriate and complete award criteria for both levels. And then there is the multi-level. This is a troop with more than 2 age levels. They might have Daisies, Brownies, and Juniors. They might have Cadets, Seniors, and Ambassadors, or some other combination. In this case, the leader has far more planning to ensure that activities connect to award criteria and age-appropriate design than other troop styles. It can be a lot of work, but it becomes simpler with practice. In this case, I definitely recommend that you have a leader who is experienced in each level. The advantages of a multi-level troop are as thus. Younger girls can look up to older girls, and bringing them together in a multi-level troop setting provides younger girls with role models of every age. Older girls have the opportunity to put their leadership skills into action as they mentor younger girls. Many badges and journey activities suggest that older girls work with younger girls on service projects to teach skills, play games, etc. A multi-level group allows girls to interact with a more diverse group, make new friends, and practice inclusivity. Girls are grouped by age level nearly everywhere else: school, sports, and even weekend activities. And when you are planning bridging events, 2 of the requirements for all bridging levels is to pass it on and to look ahead. Passing it on means to teach your skills to younger girls. Talk about being what your age level is like. Do some activities of your age level with the younger girls. Look ahead is similar. To learn some skills from older girls, learn what being their age level is like, and do activities of their age level with the older girls. When you have a multi-level troop, it is easy to do all this. You don't need to go find a new troop. Girl Scout activities are based on the Girl Scout leadership experience. This chart shows you what Girl Scouts does and the outcomes. Let's look at our final goal and how we get there. Girl Scouts aims to create girls who lead with courage, confidence, and character to make the world a better place. This happens by having girls who have a strong sense of self, have positive values, are challenge-seeking, create healthy relationships, and participate in community problem-solving. This occurs by having activities that focus on discovering, connecting, and taking action, having activities that allow the girls to lead, creating learning by doing opportunities, and having a cooperative learning environment. Multi-level troops are no different. Use this chart to remember the mission of Girl Scouts. One thing that is very important to know in a multi-level troop is ratios. When calculating ratios, you should always go with the youngest age group in your multi-level group. For example, if you have Brownies and Juniors, you use this chart to go by Brownies to make sure you have the correct number of adults in your troop. Becoming familiar with the material for each level represented in the troop and planning activities accordingly is very important. A good trick here is to ask 1 or 2 parent volunteers to become your resident experts in the materials for a particular grade level. When planning activities, bring the volunteers together so they can discuss the similarities and differences. There will be many times when the girls should break off into grade level groups or sessions to focus on their journey and badge. For example, Buddy Camper as a Daisy level badge and Primitive Camper as a Cadet level badge. Where can the girls come together? When should they be apart? Is there a step where the cadets can teach the daisies? Is there a step where the daisies can help the cadets prepare their snack? Use yours and the girls' imagination to think outside the box. For journeys, it's very similar. If you have a troop of brownies and daisies, you can work two different aspects of journeys together. For example, you can incorporate the brownie quest and welcome to the daisy flower garden. As the brownies lead the way through trails following a map, daisies can identify flora and fauna that line the trail. Of course, some activities appropriate for older girls are simply not appropriate for younger girls. Activities would need to be fashioned for the different ages or facilitated separately. When possible, allow the older girls to teach or assist the younger girls. If it is a craft, consider pairing an older girl with a younger one and having them work together for part of the meeting. For the second part of the meeting, you can have a senior meeting and a younger meeting to give the older girls a chance to shine as well. Girls identify strongly with their own age and grade level, and they will most likely have close friends by their own age that they stick by. Incorporate activities that bring all girls together, such as opening and closing ceremonies, songs, games, and outings or field trips. Remind the girls that they are all part of a sisterhood of scouting. A multi-level troop can be a bigger responsibility than anticipated very quickly. Make sure you ask for help and make it specific asks. In the old days, the rule was the troop leaders did everything. However, everyone is busy these days. We are encouraging troops to follow a more modern model. Each parent steps up to lead 1 or 2 meetings a year, thus dividing up the load. If one of your parents works at a bank, ask them to be treasurer and keep track of funds. If one enjoys working with older girls and not younger girls, then make the direct ask for help. Remember, until you ask for help, the answer is always no. Your volunteer toolkit is an invaluable resource for troops and can even be accessed for multi-level troops, though not exactly in the same way. To get to Volunteer Toolkit, you go to our website. On the far right, hover over My GS, click on Volunteer Toolkit. On the next screen, click on Volunteer Toolkit again. Then you can start exploring your year plan. While the VTK is not 100% suited for multi-level troops, you can add badges for different levels. I have screenshotted my own Volunteer Toolkit account, in which I have added Daisy, Brownie, Junior, and Cadette meeting plans. Each of these badges goes into depth. If you click on the badge itself, you come to the meeting overview, the activity plan, and the materials list. From here, you can also send a reminder email and record attendance and achievements. Here's an overview of the Buddy Camper badge for daisies. As you can see, it talks about the requirements, how to take girls outdoors, and what to do to get there. Here you can see the first activity in the activity plan. The particular thing I'd like to draw your attention to here is the part that says say. VTK gives you scripts on the exact wording to use when speaking to girls. This is the next click-through on your planning page. On this page, you can see the materials needed for each activity. I also wanted to show you this piece in VTK, which is particularly useful for multi-level troops, the Activity tab. Here is where you can add an activity of your own. Here I have added an activity to go visit the firehouse, a great way to engage girls of different ages. One of the packets that we can present to you from Council is a message from Angela Borchert. Angela just completed her 7th year as a Girl Scout leader in Vacaville Travis Air Force Base Service Unit. She leads juniors and cadets and loves the wide range of activities and interests that both groups have and the challenges that they provide her along the way. Girl Scouts have helped her embrace glue guns and dirt while taking her on her first kayaking adventure. She's been camping more times in the past 5 years than she has in her entire life, thanks to Girl Scouts. Girls do not have all troop meetings in her troop. Girls do work cookie booths together. They celebrate holidays together. They have end-of-the-year Girl Scout year celebrations together. They work on specific badges together, like financial literacy badges. And they go camping together and work on outdoor badges. Pinterest is another great tool for you. I found this awesome multi-level troop plan in Pinterest that you can borrow and reuse. They do have a lot of other things on Pinterest as well. We will now talk about some ways to let girls lead in multi-level troops. I'm going to talk about 3 types of governance models: the Daisy Brownie Circle, the Junior Cadet Senior Ambassador Patrol, and the Junior Cadet Senior Ambassador Executive Board. You can take these and customize them, or build your own. The Daisy Brownie Circle. While sitting in a circle, girls create a formal group decision-making body. The circle is an organized time for girls to express their ideas and talk about activities they enjoy, and you play an active role in facilitating the discussion and helping them plan. girls often vote to finalize decisions. If girls are talking over each other, considering passing an object, such as a talking stick, that entitles one girl to speak at a time. The Junior, Cadet, Senior, Ambassador Patrol. In this system, large troops divide into small groups, with every member playing a role. Teams of 4 to 6 girls are recommended so that each girl gets a chance to participate and express her positions. Each patrol selects a patrol leader to lead discussion and represent their patrol in planning meetings. The patrol leaders and troop leaders meet to plan troop activities. Girls may even enjoy coming up with names for their patrols. This would also work for Daisy, Brownie, and Junior troops by having girls divide into each level. And the Junior, Cadet, Senior, Ambassador Executive Board. In the Executive Board system, also called the Steering Committee, one leadership team makes decisions for the entire group. The board's responsibility is to plan activities and assign jobs based on interests and needs, and the rest of the troop decides how to pass their ideas and suggestions to the Executive Board throughout the year. The Executive Board usually has a president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer, and holds its own meetings to discuss troop matters. Larger troops may also have patrol leaders, and Executive Board meet together as a court of honor. Tip: limit the length of time each girl serves in a leadership role so all troop members can participate during the year. Know the age groups. These are 6 tips on running a multi-level troop from a leader. Know the age groups that you are planning for and how you want to include older girls as participants or helpers. This is especially important for events. Be sure you're collecting age and grade information on the registration form. If you don't have any cadets signed up, then you don't need to plan any cadet activities. Additionally, we often make assumptions about whether older girls, cadets, seniors, and ambassadors would rather be participants and enjoy all the fun or serve as program aides and practice their leadership skills. Either way, we can be incorrect in their preference, so it's best to discuss it with girls or their leaders. Be aware of how much time you'll have and how much you can squeeze into it. For troop meetings, don't forget enough time for getting settled, bathroom breaks, snacks, and cleanup at the end. Select the badges or journeys you want to work toward. This can be overwhelming at first, but there are lots of resources available, even if you don't have the Girls Guide or Journey books for each level. There's Volunteer Toolkit, Badge Charts, Journey Bookshelf, and Badge Explorer. Plan out the activities. This really just involves a lot of lists, to see where there is overlap between different age levels, badges, and activities, or to see where one activity might apply to several different badge topics. The process of comparing can be tedious, but with a little practice, it becomes smoother. Decide on a format. How will girls progress through the different activities? Is it best to be round-robin style and have groups of girls rotating through different stations? Is it best to have one large group and one instructor leading everyone helpers around the room, like most troop meetings? Is it best to have an event open house style, where activities are set up throughout the whole time, but individuals or small groups can move between them at their own pace? The answers will depend on size of the group, age of the group, types of activities, physical layout of the space you're working on, and how much adult space you have. And decide how you're delegating. Even though this is the last step on your list, do this at the beginning of your planning process. Identify right away how you can use help, and ask for that help specifically. Can someone bring the snacks? Who can be in the cleanup crew? Do you need activity leaders? Delegate from the beginning. Stacey Simpson is the creator and hostess of the Silver and Gold podcast. If you are interested, you should definitely check it out. And if you have questions for us, you can always reach us at volunteering@girlscoutsneny.org or call the office at 518-489-8110. Thank you for joining this webinar.